right, welcome. This is Writing is Transformational Leadership with Sofia Wren. I'm a writer, editor, and writing teacher. And if you're watching this, maybe you have a calling to write for your book or your business, and you're being called forward into a new role of being a leader. You know, so many people have this calling to express who they are, to express something they have to say, to share a message out with the world so that you can help more people with it. And it's really important. I know it's not always easy, so I brought together some experts on the topic to share with you about their experience, because we all do this in a slightly different way. And I'd love to show you some role models and people you can learn from, like our guest today, Tia. Especially with the power of the internet and technology and video and podcast, there's so many ways you can get your words out to people. And your writing is not only going to share with people and help them, but it's going to connect you with other people, and you're going to be feeling the love when you finally put it out there. And I'm really excited for when that happens to you. So we're going to dive deeper into this topic today. And I invited these experts on this topic too, because I'm going to have a summer writing group on the topic of writing as transformative leadership. And I wanted to get other people's perspectives from different experts. And if you stay until the end, I'm also going to give a free gift for anyone who wants to have more fun writing their emails. So today, our guest is Tia Johnson, who is a spiritual lifestyle mentor, best-selling self-published author, and podcaster who empowers women to break free from society's obsolete and oppressive lifestyle standards for healing, unlocking their inner magic, and reconnecting with the goddess to create a life they desire. Tia has appeared in several publications, podcasts, and radio shows, and she's spoken at several conferences and events in Canada, Ghana, the Bahamas, Mexico, and throughout the US, which is awesome. So welcome, Tia. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. We have such great energy talking up until this point, so I'm truly excited to be here.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share about yourself and how you see yourself as a leader?
I would say that how I see myself as a leader is someone who's always betting on themselves. For so many years now, I just thought about it as, okay, you know what? I'm just going to always pour into me. So part of that leadership is just always counting on yourself first and foremost. I would say that would be the little thing there that glues everything together, is always betting on myself.
I love that. And it's been great to have this collaboration with Tia, because I've been following her on Instagram forever and seeing all of your Instagram posts, which always really stood out to me. The writing's always really good. The ideas are always really fresh. And, you know, I just see you as somebody who really has their own thing to say and their own thing to share. And you're comfortable being yourself and standing out. And I think that is just very admirable. It's very easy to just sort of mimic what everyone else is doing and kind of like stay under the radar, but like you just have something to say and you share it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And you can see the growth over the years. I just laugh about the things such as lighting equipment, you know, going from that big, hot, very hot studio light to now a nice ring light. And so that's what I love to display too, and not worry about, oh my gosh, let me go back and delete all the old Instagram posts. Now, I like for people to, whenever they can, just go back and scroll and consume, yes, definitely the fun information that I put out there, but also take note of the changes you have seen in me over time. So I'm not someone who's going to say, you know, do as I say, not as I do. No, I am growing like everyone else is growing. So yeah, thank you for being such a connector over the years online, because that's what I love to do, is to connect with people and help them any way I can.
Yeah, and I love that way that you're a leader too, where you're not afraid to show your learning process, because then that encourages other people to not think like, oh, well, you know, this and that person has it all together and they're like another class of person. You're like, no, we are all the same.
Right. Yes, trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, it's so important. So thank you for, just for being comfortable with that, you know? And okay, so why is being a leader today important in general? And who do you really want to hear that?
Yeah, why being a leader is important in general, because it's easy now more than ever, to your point earlier, of mimicking others, especially with the internet, how it has grown to such a great place to connect with people, is also easy to look at someone and think, oh, okay, maybe that's meant for me. So to be your own leader in that regard is important, to find out what works for you so you can live your best life and not the life of someone else's who you're trying to make work for you. I'm thinking of when we were kids and we had to put the star shape and the star shape, or the star shape like peg inside the star shape and like the little box to make sure our shapes match up. So maybe someone is, I don't know, a cylinder and you're a star. So it's all about understanding what works for you. So that way, when you are living your life, it just feels natural, believable. That's another thing too. So when we are transforming, we are unearthing a lot of us. And we had to be okay with that and not look to our left and right and think, oh, maybe this is not for me because no one's done it, or whatever the case may be. So it's really about pouring into yourself and allowing yourself to grow in that beautiful way in your own regard. And the second half of your question, you were saying where I wanted to see it from.
Yeah. Is there anyone in particular you feel like needs to hear that it's important for them to step up?
In particular, people who are at their crossroads, people who are transitioning in an area of their life, say, a woman who children are now grown, or maybe they're in high school, or maybe someone who is changing careers, or they just feel that internal, there's something there that I just need to do. I need to get something out of my system. So I would say, especially for anyone at a crossroads, anyone who feels like they're over and done with things, anyone who feels like, you know what, I need to get back to doing that thing I love to do, which is writing. Just last night, I was thinking about how I used to love to write poetry. And I thought, man, let me get back to writing poetry. So this is a time when you want to get back to certain things. So I would say that's who it's for. People want to get back to certain things that they had put on the shelf for whatever reason, and anyone who's going through some kind of transition or crossroads in life.
Yeah. And even if you don't end up publishing your writing, I feel like writing in those times of transition can really help you gain clarity on whatever you need to do next. Like you said, from the inside, and not just from how people told you have to be. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So let's talk about your book that you wrote about angels. I mean, well, you were going to write about angels.
Yeah.
And then the topic changed and it kind of had its own way that it wanted to be. Can you talk more about that?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I was so nervous, afraid. I thought some, I don't know, type of secret police was going to come and get me and say, you can't publish a book about goddesses, you crazy woman, like throw her away. I really had all these crazy feelings in my mind. And I was going to write about angels because I had at the time, I think I was either just recently a certified angel therapy practitioner. I was in the course, something like that. So I thought, okay, this is nice. A lot of people are okay when you talk about angels. They usually know someone who has some experience, but goddesses, that's a different level there. And so I just felt a very strong need to write about the goddesses because I was embarking on that journey and I had already made several connections with multiple goddesses. And it was just something that it was a calling when something is just not weighing heavily on my chest, but it's just there. And I know it has to come out. I have to do it. And I just kept hearing, publish it, like just write about the goddesses and your experiences. So that's really how it came about. I just had a lot of experiences from my dreams to just even when I'm meditating and so forth. And I thought, well, this can definitely help someone who is on their journey of reconnecting with themselves, their divine feminine, and of course the goddesses. So that's how that book came about. I was just on a mission to share part of my journey, how I got to that point, and to help others. So it's really designed as a workbook. It's tall and it's thin, and it has all these charts in it and graphs to help you with the crystals and the flowers that connect with goddesses and channeled prayers. So yeah, it's all serving as a workbook for people along their journey.
Yeah, I love that. I've always been really drawn to the mythology around goddesses because, like you were saying, there's different kinds of leaders. There's all these different goddesses. There's all these different faces, these different archetypes, and these different ways to be, especially for women who are kind of trying to figure out, how can I show up more as myself? I don't even know who that
Yeah.
is. You get all of these different examples.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that's so cool to dig into. And oh, we got a comment. Thanks for speaking on the importance of dreams and meditating in our writing.
You're most welcome. Oh, I love dreams. I love talking about dreams, helping people incubate for dreams. It's one of my passions. Well, I'm a gateway dreaming coach, so yeah, I love it. It's important.
Yeah, it's so cool. And so I feel like it kind of speaks to, like, sometimes we kind of have an idea of what we want to do, and we get sort of attached to that, and maybe it is a little bit of like a safe zone, but then some other calling comes, and it's like we gotta meet the dream where it wants to go. And and these fears come up, and I think that happens so often. So really appreciate you talking about it. And then you have talked to me too about how you got through it as you had started thinking a certain way. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, I got through it because, well, the sole reason why I started my business is because I wanted to help people who were grieving, because I have experienced such grief when my grandparents had passed. My grandmother had stage 4 cancer by the time she was diagnosed. So we were basically just trying to make it easy for her. And I thought, man, if I experienced that much grief, there must be other people. So I went and got a lot of certifications in healing to help people. So with this book, my process was, I benefited from authors who I will never meet, who were able to experience the things who were able to talk about and give a title, to the things I was experiencing. So maybe I can be that person, because at that time too, I was just some 20-something-year-old just trying to help, So I'm just like, whoever benefits, cool. So I figure maybe, just maybe, what I write about can help someone else. And the feedback I've gotten even now is just crazy, because the one woman, she told me that she celebrated her birthday. She hadn't celebrated her birthday in years. And there's a part in a book that's talking about your feast day, quote unquote, and about celebrating you, getting back to you. So that's the reason why the huge reason why I did is because I wanted to just help. And I just thought, well, this is a calling. I do have a message. But also, why would I not want to help? I got to do this. It's going to look crazy, but I who am I to say no to this? So yeah, that's basically how I got through it. I just spent a lot of time doing a lot of research, and I just knew that it was going to help some people, at least, if nothing else.
Right. I think that's so big, because that helped me with my book as well. That I felt like if there was just the one, because I would meet someone and I would think, oh, I wish I had my book to like give you.
Yeah.
And then you don't have it, and you don't have it, and you keep thinking, oh, and then if it just would help one person, then that kind of helps to get out of whatever else is in the way. Because at the very least, the world will be just a little bit better because that one person that got the book. And who do you think you would be if you never wrote it?
Oh gosh, that is such a great question. No one has asked me that. Who would I be if I hadn't wrote the book? I would be another type of entrepreneur. Even when I was a kid, before I learned the word entrepreneur, I used to say businesswoman.
Yeah.
Cool. So or a fashion designer. Oh my gosh, there was one point where I was just all in. I used to buy Vogue magazines. I used to study Versace. That was oh my gosh, Versace was like the ultimate for me. And back then we had the big floor model TV. So I'm this little kid, late 80s, early 90s, even up actually to my high school years, just all Versace, and stuff like that. So it would probably be fashion industry or, a different kind of entrepreneur. That's a great question.
That's so cool. So you would have done something cool, but you wouldn't be doing exactly what you're doing today. You definitely were making like a conscious choice that led you down a whole path.
Yeah, absolutely. Something would have happened, because in grade school, I don't know if you remember the Spice Girl lollipops. I used to sell them at my school in middle grade.
The little choo-choos. Yeah.
They had a little profit to it. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
A profit. Nice.
Yeah, you guys had a little profit to it. So that's why I said I would have been an entrepreneur in some way, shape, or form, because I still remember doing it. Good
Oh my
time.
gosh, I love that. Okay, so then something I wanted to ask you too is at what point did you get evidence that it was the right decision to follow your calling to write the book?
Yeah, yeah. I wish actually I had I could post a picture or I can send it to anyone. So I went to take a picture of a mug. So I had designed a mug that was with my logo for my business at the time. And I held
Oh,
it up like this. I could take a picture and I saw there was a glare on it. And I thought, oh, maybe it's the ceiling fan. It has to be the ceiling fan light. So I almost didn't
mm.
take the picture because it was just this glare and it didn't work out well when I was looking at it. So I just decided to take the picture anyway. And when I look back at it, I still have this picture to this day. There's an image there that looks like a bean. I don't want to say it because I want people to go look at it without being influenced. But
Mm.
looking back at it, I thought, oh my goodness. And I post this every now and then on social media. So that was one proof indication. I mean, there is just no way an image could look like that when the lighting is behind the mug. So that was one. And other evidence are the feedbacks that I get from people, even courses and other things that have been created from that book. It's just like an ongoing thing. So it's a series of things that have shown me, yes, definitely keep going. But a lot of it is the people who have told me their experiences and what they've done since reading the book.
Yeah, how long do you think it took you from the original idea of doing the Angel book to the final publication to do it?
From final publication, I would say about 2 years. It took me roughly a year and a half, roughly, to write it, and then it was edited twice. I had hired a woman to create the cover, so she first drew it, and then she scanned it, and then her whole thing. And then I connected with someone to get the barcoding and to change it because I typed everything in Word document. So to get it from there to print on delivery, so I hired someone. So all that, I would say, yeah, roughly about 6 months altogether. Yeah, so about 2 years from writing to publication.
Yeah, I think that's good because I know there's so many people who talk about like writing a book in a weekend or something like that, and I just want to assure anybody who it's taking longer, like it's okay. It took me like 8 years to do mine,
Mm-hmm.
and it does. I think a lot of times when writers feel like they failed,
Yeah.
it's just taking a little longer,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely, for
and that's
sure.
it. It's not actually a failure. So I just wanted to bring that up in case anybody's still mid process. Like give
Yeah. Do
yourself
not
some
rush your
time.
creative process. Don't do it. I
Yeah.
don't care what anyone said. Creativity cannot be rushed.
Yeah. And how do you feel like going through that process and publishing and as well as all the inner growth to do that? How do you think that it made you a leader in a bigger way?
Well, man, you definitely get a new set of confidence. That's for sure. Because even then, I was learning a lot about hair, makeup, changing up my wardrobe, things like that. I had a book launch party for it. So I had to show up and speak. And I just had a lot of, concerns. I wanted my teeth to be straight and, perfect and all these other things. And that didn't come till later. So I just had to remind myself, get the message out there, have just enough confidence. You don't have to have 1,000%, 100%, or whatever scale you want to use. Just have enough confidence to get the message out there. And those who resonate with it will, and those who don't, that's okay. And just gosh, confidence was a huge thing for that. And then also meeting people where they're at and letting them know that it's okay. That helped me as well, being a leader, because sometimes I don't want to come across as like, oh, I'm talking with all this jargon and things like that. So I don't want to assume. So I just I let people do more of the talking, and they get to tell me where they're at. And then I work from there. What's something else? So many things come to mind. Concentrating on how I'm showing up. So I make sure that I am at my utmost when I am working with people, when I'm speaking, whatever the case may be. So I'm fully present for people. So I do a lot of prepping beforehand. So I am in that clean, space, no negative energy. Everything can be held off until afterwards. Don't worry about what's going on. Just be present, connect with the people, make sure the people are being heard. And also, recommend people to whoever I'm speaking with. I don't have a problem with recommending someone to another mentor or coach who I think can help them with XYZ, even if it is something that I talk about, because I know other people have their own flair with things. So it's all about the sharing and connectivity and helping people to be individuals. So that's what helped me in my process as a leader too. What I'm learning, what I'm doing, I give it right back, and I learn from the people who I work with. So it's just this give and take. It's never, I'm the leader up here. And no. It's this.
I love that. It makes me happy. Such a good, so many good things that you shared in that. And is there anything else that you want people to keep in mind if they feel a calling to write?
To do it and don't tell anyone. Very few people knew I was writing a book. And I asked people who aren't into spirituality their opinion. And actually, it was two of my close friends who helped me with the title. It was between one word. It was possessed of the main reign supreme or the reign, whatever. It was one of those words. And we were at a diner, and I said, "Let me know what you think." And I didn't say anything. And then I showed them the other title, and they said that one. So that's part of the process too. I would just say, keep it close to the chest. Don't tell anyone what you're doing until you get to a point where if someone, and this will most likely happen, if someone does come to you and they say, "Oh, well, that takes too long," or, "Well, what if there's a grammar error?" It doesn't matter. You don't need that negative energy during your creative process or while you're promoting. You want it to be a solid foundation for yourself. So make sure you're taking care of yourself while you are writing. Know that you are doing something amazing. Even if you don't know it, you are an inspiration to people, known and unknown. Keep that in mind always. And then when you are ready to let the world know, do so with the utmost, have that pride and confidence in yourself that you did. And if someone is trying to say something that isn't positive, just think for a moment. Did they self-publish a book? Did they challenge themselves? What did they do? Because if they were happy, or at least happy for you, they wouldn't say certain things. So just keep that in mind as you are, doing this process, going through this process. You can do it. Just give yourself that space and grace. And I promise you, years down the road, you're going to look back and think, I can't believe I did that, but I can. And I'm glad that I did it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. I love that. Okay. So I'm looking at the time. So we're getting towards the end of our session today. And I want to know from Tia, what's your favorite way to help people right now?
Oh, that's a really good question. My favorite way to help people right now is so I recently opened up my one-on-one sessions, and in that you get an in-depth oracle card reading and a spiritual lifestyle plan. And that plan, while I say it could be your 30-day plan, you can use it longer than that. But what happens is people change so rapidly that they end up needing another one. So I've been helping people just craft their spiritual lifestyle, their personal branding, helping them to really, going back to what we were talking about earlier, getting more into themselves and putting themselves first, prioritizing themselves. So when they do that, then a lot of things just start to flow. So that's what I've been helping people with, is just blocking out things that are obsolete, blocking out things that's just not helpful, getting back into themselves, prioritizing themselves, and allowing them to flourish in whatever that is, in the creative sense, just flourishing with their body, just getting, comfortable with their skin, things like that. So it's been a metamorphosis of sorts that I've been helping people with lately.
That sounds amazing. Oh, I love it. And Tia, you've also got a podcast, classes on your website. So definitely keep following Tia and all of the amazing things that she shares for paid and also free. I mean, you're very generous in the way that you spread your light and your advice. I'm on your email list. It's purple.
Thank you.
And for anybody who's still here, thank you so much for watching. And I want to give you a free gift. Like I said, Tia has an amazing purple email list. I have an email list. It's a great way to stay connected to people. If you've got an audience, if you are building one, to tell them about what you're doing and what you think and what you want to share whenever you want to. Instantly, you can get attention from people that way. You don't have to listen to an algorithm or whatever to reach people. So if you aren't having fun sending emails out, I have a resource hub and a free class to help you. If you're on Facebook and you want to get it, all you have to do is just leave a comment with the word free, and I'll get in touch with you and I'll send it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll have everything below the video in the description. So you can get the free, fun email resource hub, and you can also find out more about Tia and more about what I'm up to as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Tia, for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Same here. I had a lot of fun. It's always fun speaking with you. So anytime.
You're the best. And I love all the colors. The
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. See you guys in the next time. Bye.
Bye.